Oh hey there! Why yes, it has been almost a whole year since I've uploaded because I am a lazy fuck. Anyways, today I want to make a video about Natsu no Taizai or 7 deadly sins to the non-weebs out there. It's bad, alright? It's terrible. Like, mind you, I actually liked the first season. It was good, I enjoyed it. There were a few plot holes, but I still enjoyed it. Unlike season 2, however. Maybe it's because I read the manga, or my tastes changed over time and now I'm more analytical, or the studio just fucking sucks. A1 Picture is shit, alright? And so is the second season of Natsu no Taizai. Originally, I was gonna make a video talking about it, you know, my usual style, but today, I want to try something more different and fun. I'm gonna rewrite season 2 into what I think is more, into a better story, basically. Maybe it will be worse in certain aspects, like the emotional shit. Also, I'm gonna add in some like rough sketches or art that I drew for certain scenes that's not shown in the anime that I can recreate with editing. So yeah, let's get started. We have a lot to change here. There might be some minor details in dialogue I forget, but I'll just mention and change the part that I think need to be rewritten. Anything I didn't mention or don't care about could stay as it is in my version of 7 Deadly Sins. So, after they defeat Hendrickson, the king tells them something like, oh, you may have our national treasure we keep hidden in the secret basement and take whatever you want, and that we had a connection to the ancient race of the angels from long ago. Maybe they go downstairs and retrieve some sort of healing artifact once created by the angels, originally given to the king for a sacrifice he previously made, which shall remain a mystery for now, granted by the angels to be used in a time of great peril. Basically, it has powerful healing and revival properties, which everyone agreed would be good to give to King in order for him to revive the Fairy King's forest, along with it, a secret treasure for Meliodas, Lost Vein. Instead of the dumbass reasoning that Meliodas sold it, Merlin bought it and just never gave it back to him until the Albion fight. You know, for no reason. But you know, it could have been useful before now, at any time, but oh well. Also here, the Fairy King's forest is like still dead, like the forest is still fucking dead. King then goes to the Fairy King's forest and Bun follows to see what happens and to visit Elaine's corpse, saying he'll take a break from the 7 deadly sins or something. Instead of, you know, Bun healing the tree with his blood, which could apparently heal people too. Which is fucking dumb, because wouldn't he just use that anytime before now? Heal everyone? Like that time when he used that super healing ball thing on Diane and not Meliodas, which was never ever seen again. And if Bun could heal the forest by giving it a bit of blood, why not just stay there for like a whole week, given a shit ton of blood over the whole week, and the forest will be good as new? And fuck that, alright? Bun's blood don't heal in my version. Fuck that shit. That's some plot armor bullshit. During their travel, King asks for Bun's relationship with Elaine, or asking more about it. Bun has a heart-to-heart with King, telling him about his encounter with the horned angel thingy, making King further question why the angels would even want Meliodas dead, which supports his stance later on why he loses his trust in Meliodas and, you know, foreshadows it a bit more. Back at Leon's, or however you pronounce it, the pig looks at everyone's powers with the previously unmentioned eye thingy. I think it's kinda dumb because it causes the powers to be inconsistent to their actual power levels, but whatever. The only change I want to make to the power levels is that Meliodas actually has a shit ton more strength than fucking 960, considering all the powerful shit he does. Plus, it would make a bit more sense that he would be the strongest of the 7 deadly sins, not counting Escanor, who I'll get to later. So King arrives, sees the terrible state the kingdom is in, you know, worse than, like I said before, the tree's actually dead and everyone's still like scavenging and shit, gets ridiculed and treated like shit by everyone before exclaiming that he has come to help everyone and show that he will be a true king this time. Then maybe have them ridicule him more while Bun and Jericho just kinda watches or something. Jericho continues to question whether or not this Fairy King forest is real as she did originally. Then King silences everyone by using the magical ancient artifact to heal the forest, grow a bit of a new tree, and claim that he will become a good king for them. Everyone is confused and unsure if they should fully recognize him as king anyways, but this kind of resolves the conflict for now. Meanwhile, Bun visits Elaine's corpse, says some stuff to her as if she was alive or something, you know, like King walks in, reveals that he didn't fully use the artifact earlier. After hearing the story, he decides to keep a bit of the artifact's power to use on Elaine. It might fail, but he hopes that maybe he has some chance to bringing her back to life, just like he did with the forest, wanting Bun and his sister to be happy and also to show his sister that he's returned and wants to be a good king, to improve upon himself and possibly apologize for leaving his sister to be killed back then. It causes Elaine's corpse to start to shine and glow a little with some magic shit, during which Bun and King chants and hopes that with all their heart that it would work and bring her back to life. Eventually, nothing happens. It wasn't strong enough, and Elaine remains a corpse. Bun thanks King for the help anyways and wishes to stay with King for a while to see if he could help out with rebuilding his kingdom as thanks, because that's what Elaine would have wanted. They then share a laugh or some shit while Jericho secretly listens to their conversation, realizing about how much Bun loves Elaine. Because fuck you, Jericho, you're useless! 1 month time skip. A shot of Hendrickson appearing before those ruins or whatever they were, still heavily damaged, only living due to his demon abilities and feeding on animals or something. He then revised the 10 commandments. Everything here goes on like it is before, causing the Albions to awaken and attack their respective areas. This makes a bit more sense compared to that coincidental timing of the Albions attacking the Faerie Kingdom just as King happened to arrive back there after traveling for a bit. Anyways, the Faerie King forest is now somewhat rebuilt. The tree is smaller than it used to be, but you know, it's in progress of growing big again, and everyone has started warming up to King again and slowly accepts him as their true king. As the Albion attacks the Faerie King's forest for no reason, King arrives on the scene, covered in some bandages and therefore looks like there was an actual time skip, and begins to fight the Albion, while Ban already left weeks ago to find a way to bring Elaine back to life. King quickly realizes he can't do shit against an Albion, but then he pulls out some line like,
over the past month, with the power of the newly reborn Forest, and my new right as their king, I've sworn to protect it against any threat. This is having great intention with this second treasure.
But maybe he don't actually say this out loud, he thinks it in his head, you know, unlike a JoJo character. He yells for everyone to run as he activates True Chesty Fold! And as he does, his bandages starts to soak with his blood, his fingernails tears away, and then the bandages starts to disintegrate, revealing his wounds from his training with Chestifold. Everyone yells at him to not do this, but he proclaims that it is a king's job to ensure his people are safe no matter what. After eliminating the Albion, King passes out and gets a heavy fever due to him overexerting himself from training and using his true Chesterfield too much. All the fairies gets Oslo to bring King to Elizabeth and the others because King told them about Elizabeth's healing abilities and other shit that happened while he was gone during the 1 month time skip, while What's-Her-Face looks over the Faerie Kingdom in his stead. This way, the plot hole of why he didn't just use true Chesterfield while doing the Hendrickson fight is fixed. With his intense training and motivation over the past month, it makes a bit more sense why he does this. Meliodas does the same old stuff happened here except not animated badly. Oh, also, instead of Merlin using plot armor cubes on everyone to save them, after she fails to teleport Gallant away, she instead starts to teleport everyone else away before Gallant returns, who then does his thing. King gets teleported there through Oslo, Elizabeth then heals him, and then they go off to training or whatever they did. Blah blah blah, they do some generic shitty training. I could go in depth with this and maybe make it more memorable than how Hauser and Gilthunder just thought of new ways to use their abilities and then got stronger all of a sudden from that bullshit somehow. King and Meliodas has their fight, except King doesn't use status promotion because he never used it before or ever uses it again, so like what the fuck, why you put it here? Anyways, he just uses his water or stick like he did before. Meliodas gets his power back, goes beat up Gallant for a bit, Diane gets lost like an idiot, blah blah blah. Later, Melascula uses her ability to bring the dead back to life. Bun has his emotional moments with Elaine while Jericho says some shit. Then later, when they start to stuff out and Elaine doesn't hate Bun anymore, she remains conscious but goes limp like she did before. Melascula comes and explains her power like she does, that hate drives the dead to move and live and whatever, and brings them back to life, and was surprised about how Elaine hasn't went back to being dead despite not hating Bun anymore. Since, you know, Elaine was supposed to die, but then like here we have a reason why she doesn't die. Bun realizes that Elaine, after being brought back to life, is able to remain alive thanks to the healing artifact thingy we mentioned earlier, and therefore won't return to the land of the dead and stuff. Now we have a sound reason why Elaine can actually remain alive. Then as Gallant challenges Bun, he realizes immediately that these two demons are extremely powerful and is unsure if he can keep Elaine and Jericho safe while fighting them, instead of acting like a cocky bitch. This shows how threatening the 10 Commandments is once again. He does his Hunter Fast thing, pulverizes Gallant for a while, but when Melascula launches an attack at the vulnerable Elaine, Jericho intercepts it, thinking she can block it, but then she gets killed in the process. I mean, why leave her life in this story, right? Like, she has no purpose after this. At least we can build some narrative stakes and the feeling of danger with her death. Ban yells at Melascula for it, remembering all the things Jericho has done for him despite how shitty he treats her, including some flashbacks to the dungeon he was in or something. He then slams the ground, creating a giant dust storm, grabs Elaine and runs away in fear of Elaine getting injured after seeing Jericho's death. Oh, and the whole thing with Zhivago, remove it. I don't care. I didn't really like the whole backstory thing. Personally, I couldn't care less about it, and it was interfering with the main story. The only reason it was there was so that Zhivago's soul can save Ban from being eaten. Which is a really dumb scene, by the way, because how does this extremely powerful demon not see the extra soul pushing Bun away? The fuck? Bun runs a good distance away with his stolen speed, reminiscing of his time with Jericho in the past a bit more, and maybe add a joke about Elaine being jealous or something. But after a while, the strength he stole from Galant stops happening. He goes back to Galant, yeah, due to being out of range, and then he starts resting for a bit and have a short talk with Elaine. He then explains that he can't steal his power back due to Galant being too far away, and that his magic is running dry already. Galant gets his power back and starts throwing boulders at them, since being too close would result in his powers getting stolen again. Okay, like, also, the whole idea that Bun's muscles getting too tired to the point that he has no power to fight back is dumb. Like, I like the idea that Bun has certain restrictions, but how about instead of like his body being like his muscles tearing, it should be that he runs out of magic, since he's immortal and his muscles would heal anyway. So it's not like he can get tired, and if he gets tired, just like rip off his limbs or kill himself and then regrow new muscles and limbs that aren't super tired. Yeah.